the Daily Ramble podcast. Hello everyone and welcome to Claret and Booze. I hope you're all well. As always, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. Doesn't cost anything, really helps us out, and don't forget, drop a like on the video because it does really help us. Bit of a different show today. I have plenty of conversations with lots of people about West Ham all the time. I get sent through voice notes on WhatsApp and stuff like that. And you've heard from old Paolo Paul before, around about the time when things were coming to boiling point with David Moyes. He was not a fan. He's not a fan, but he's been very, very positive ever since Moyes has moved on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you a couple of messages, voice notes from Paul and his good friend. There's two, to be precise, and then I shall talk. I'll come back and I'll talk to you after these have been played. The chap at the end, he had me. You've got to stay till the end. The last line absolutely cracked me up. It really did. All right. Okay. I'll speak to you shortly.
Morning, Nick. Just wanted to have my own daily ramble on the WhatsApp. Great show last night, mate, and also really good ramble from yourself yesterday as well. I thought it was actually very, very balanced, and you made a lot of good points. As you know, I have been ultra positive this pre-season. Partly due to the fact that I still am kind of grateful that we've got rid of Moyes and we're not going to be playing a low block. And that is kind of like my baseline. My baseline is that it can't be like it has been. And that has been my main issue. But I hate the fucking Bolts. I really think it's disgusting how they run our football club. But my main issue has been what's going on the pitch in terms of style, as you know. With this fucking stupid low block and very, very critically for me, and I think me and one of my mates, my good mate, who's really knowledgeable guy on West Ham, me and him are kind of more overkill on this than probably anyone else. My other main issue was Soucek. I fucking hate Soucek. I think he is a fundamental problem for West Ham when they play any game. Because if he's in the middle of the field, you're basically playing with 10 men and you can't carry someone in the middle of the field. You can't. You know, you can carry someone who, if he's not playing that well and he's out on the left wing, he's not good. But centre midfield, you can't carry someone, and he is fucking useless. And any manager that plays him, that sends a sign to me. And it's a sign that I don't like. So they've been my two issues. So I have been ultra positive, and I know you've been anxious and pretty negative at times. But yeah, I thought you made so many good points yesterday, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you, mate. I was out Saturday night and my mate texted me the team and he had Soucek in it, and his message to me was, "What the fuck?" And I was like, fuck's sake. Now, I see James Ward-Prowse and Soucek starting that game yesterday. Now, as you said yesterday, I don't know how much to read into it, but I don't like it at all. I don't fucking like it at all. And do you know what? I think one of the points you made yesterday on your show was, it's funny how he's watched Soucek for the first time and then we're putting in a bid for a midfielder the next day. But my mate made a good point. He must know what Soucek's like already. He was Lopetegui had been watching us last season, and if he didn't watch every game last season, he must have watched enough games to realise Soucek was fucking useless. Also, he must have watched videos or DVDs or whatever of the games. He must have. So he must be doing his homework on our players. So if he's watched Soucek play, why is he starting him yesterday? I know it's pre-season and I know players have got to get minutes, but why is he starting Soucek? I just don't get that. And that is a bit of a worry for me. And that is the first time this pre-season that I'm starting to think, fuck. And I know we had a sportsman's bet about Soucek not playing. And I had a chat with my mate last night and we both said logic tells us that Soucek can't play because he's not a Lopetegui player. He's not a possession-based player. But for some reason, that fucking bloke seems to live a charmed life in football. How he got checked Footballer of the Year, I'll never fucking know. But who fucking votes for it, I don't know. Probably Davy Boyes. But it's worrying that for me, if put it this way, if Soucek starts against Palace in our next game, I am going to start to fucking turn and be thinking, what the fuck is going on? And then the Betis game, that's normally the game where he plays pretty much his full strength team. And if he starts in that as well, then you know he's starting against Villa. And if Lopetegui is playing Soucek, we've got massive fucking problems. There's all this, what I've been preaching about, we're going to change our style, we're going to be possession-based. Lopetegui can do what he fucking wants in training, and he can tell it what he wants in training, and he can talk the talk. But if he plays Soucek centre midfield, we ain't going to be a fucking possession team. We will not. Because that geezer cannot play football possession-based. He's not capable of it. So, yeah, my first concern's coming now, mate. I think if we get the Duran deal done, I'm like you. He's a fucking arsehole, but he's a talented arsehole. So just get him in. Stop fucking dicking about. Just get the fucking deal done. And I know I said we've got time, we will get players. And I still believe that is the case. But I am with you that it is starting to get late now. And I thought we'd have at least a couple more in by now. Like, there is still time, but it's getting closer and closer to the season. And then you're getting into the realms of what West Ham normally do, bringing players in and trying to throw them in after pre-season. I totally agree with what you've said. All along, mate, you said we should have got players in early. I'm like you. I would have hoped that with a director of football, it would have all been in place in the summer. They'd have been good to go, and they'd have got their players in so that they did have a full pre-season. But I am a realist, and I realise it don't always work like that. But the closer it gets to the season, and you look at the players we've got, I still think there is, like you said yesterday, Soucek, Alvarez, Paqueta could be a great midfield three, but Paqueta we ain't seen yet, and we don't know if we are going to see. Alvarez is injured. I would be expecting Freddie Potts to be a starter, but now I'm fucking worried that he's going to play that fucking idiot Soucek and Ward-Prowse. And the other thing that's pissed me off, not only has Soucek started a game, but I was expecting Mohamed Kudus to start the pre-season in every game in the centre of the field. That's what I was expecting. I was expecting Mohamed Kudus to be the team to be built around him this season, and I was banking on him playing in the middle where he plays for fucking Ghana, you know, and where he played the most of his games for Ajax. But no, Lopetegui's been playing in right wing. Now, I don't know, this hasn't been discussed on your shows, but I don't know why he's playing Kudus right wing. What are your thoughts on that, mate? Because Bowen's our right winger, unless he's going to play Bowen up front. It don't make any sense, because in a pre-season game, you're supposed to set up how you're going to set up. So why would you be playing Kudus right wing? Unless, like you said, he's off, he's going anyway. I don't know why we wouldn't be playing him in the middle. Because Bowen's going to slot in on the right, presumably. So that means, where's Kudus going to play? So why is he playing Kudus right wing in the friendlies? That is bothering me as well. So that's a couple of things. Soucek, Ward-Prowse, Kudus not playing where he should be. And obviously, at the minute, thinking about with signings. Yeah. All the best, mate.
Hello, mate. Sorry about that. My work was phoning me. I'll start again. So, when it comes to transfers and things like that, I mean, help me out here, Paul. Help me out, because I'm really losing the will to live with it. So, I'm hearing that we're interested in this Somerville place for Leeds. I've seen him a few times when I watch Leeds. More at the start of the season, last season, and I thought he was absolutely wicked. Towards the end of the season, I didn't think he was as good. But Leeds were playing some sensational football. I know it was in the Championship, but they were really playing good football. And this guy was in the heart of it. He's a winger. His name's Somerville. He's a Dutch player. I don't know if you know much. He's a small little fella. but he's a pacey winger, which I would literally, that's all the players I'm signing. I love watching players like that. So you can never have too many as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, so apparently we've shown interest in him. I heard that we had about a month ago. Well, that interest is increased recently over the last few days. And this is what I'm really failing to understand in football. So every single time they put a price on a player, Leeds want 35 million or whatever it is. Let's Ham offer 25 million. Right? Now, we're unlikely to go for what Leeds actually want, 35 million. Right? So my question on that is, do we fucking want the player or don't we want the player? Because who is the person that goes out there and says he's not worth that? Well, if he's not worth it, why buy him in the fucking first place? I mean, it'd be funny. If they said they wanted 65 million, makes me laugh. Would we then go, I'll tell you what, we'll give you 55 million? Yeah, because that's what we think he's worth. It's all bullshit. Right? If you're buying a player at that level nowadays that you think is going to improve your side, yeah, then 35 million has got to be worth it, surely. Otherwise, if we're saying that he's only worth, I don't know, 20 million, well, they ain't going to cut it in this kind of standard of football nowadays. If we're saying, we'll have him, but he's only worth 20 million. Well, ain't good enough then, is it? What you're basically saying is all your current players are only worth about 10 million. So I'm just totally confused, and it's winding me up more than anything. Help me out. I mean, you can go and pay 40 million for Max Kilman, right? But you can't pay, and yet we'll go and sell thingy for, what's his name, the midfielder to Southampton. Like, at the end of the day, if we actually really want a player, then just go and give that particular team the money instead of all this bullshit and then another club getting involved, right? I don't know if it's as easy as that, Paul. That's why I'm asking for your help, all right? Just fucking pay it if you really want him. Or don't buy him, or don't fucking show interest. Oh, he's just getting to me. West Ham I thought I was getting over this shit of West Ham, but no, I'm not. I fucking hate them. They're wankers. They just spoil my life. Anyway, see you later, pal.
Yeah, I have to say I agree entirely with both guys there on the points that they made. I do. It is a concern with what Paul was saying in relation to the fact that Lopetegui seems to be playing these players in pre-season. Is that indicative of the fact that he's going to use them? I suppose that we will find out when we face Crystal Palace and when we play Betis further on, which is going to be the last game before the start of the season. That will be a worry. It will be a concern. It will be, because we don't know how long Alvarez is going to be out for. We've got no real clear indication of that, really. Apart from somebody did point me towards Lopetegui's interview on an American sports network, which I've not seen, but apparently Lopetegui did let it slip that Alvarez was expected to be out for 2 to 3 months, which writes him off for the first month of the season, which is shocking if that is the case. Moving on to what the other chap said as well, the confusion around us lowballing bids. Why are we doing that? Do we want the players or not? I completely agree with him, and I know that people are going to come out and say, well, it's negotiations. It's what you got to do in a transfer window. Not with every single deal, every single time. How do other teams manage to get deals done and not us? You know, it's incredibly frustrating. We do it every time. We rarely get our own way. It never works. More often than not, we miss out on the target that we obviously want, which is why we're approaching them in the first place. It's just a dead tactic. It is. And they're going to have to bin that tactic because they've now no longer got the time to do what they've done with Duran. We've wasted 4 to 6 weeks trying to batter Aston Villa down to accepting our demands. That's what we've tried to do. If we get that player, we won't be getting him cheap. We'll be getting him for around about what Aston Villa originally asked for. But if that deal falls through and we've then got to go out and find another striker, we haven't got 4 to 6 weeks to repeat the same nonsense that they've just done. You know, we're going to have to go out and basically pay the money, probably pay the money for a player that was, well, obviously not the main priority target because we was going for Duran. So I'm completely with him. It's frustrating. It drives me mad. And West Ham do make you feel like that. Very good. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new around here, please subscribe, drop a like on the video. Speak to you soon.
Claret and Booze are proudly sponsored by Fore Security Solutions. Fore Security specialise in electronic security and building intelligence. We provide a complete service suite from detailed design, expertly managed projects, as well as unparalleled 24/7 aftercare packages. If you've got any opportunities that we could assist you with in your business or at home, please reach out directly to me on the email at the bottom of the screen or via the details in the description of this video. Who knows, it might even be me that comes out to survey your requirements.